Hey guys, hey, I'm doing okay. The reason I did this one today is because there's something I forgot to mention. 53 years ago today, we lost my favorite actress of all time. I don't care what people have to say about why she's my favorite. I loved her because she was amazing and she was more than she was ever given credit for being. And that would be Norma Jean Baker, otherwise known as Marilyn Monroe. Apparently she died of a suicide from taking pills, but they've been arguing that for decades. And there was a hell of a lot more to her than just how beautiful she was. Seriously, she is and was amazing. I mean, just think about it. To this day, when you hear Marilyn Monroe, you see her. You see blonde, you see bright red lips, and you see that voice that she always does like this. That's who she was to the camera, but in real life, she was a woman who really, really wanted to do a hell of a lot more, but because of Hollywood back in that time, she was designed to be what we've seen, and the fact of her doing more, they're like, stick to what you know, and it was the worst. Anyway, it still kind of is, but the majority of back then, it was horrible for women. And the second heaven forbid, she actually decided to gain weight or she got older, she would have been a has-been, let's put it this way, just because, kind of like what they're doing now, but we'll let that, this neither here nor there. Anyway, it's not even happy birthday, it's not even her birthday, it's like 53 years ago we lost her, and there's a special place in my heart for her, because she represented a lot of Hollywood shame, because they made her and they broke her and they wouldn't let her be anything other than what she was, and she had the makings of being amazing. I mean, if you get a chance to look at her movies, you'd be surprised at what she had. If you ever get a chance to actually see an interview with her, she was kind of a lot like what she was in movies, but most of the time, behind that, it was a bright, beautiful, extraordinary woman, and she was very smart. I mean, one of my favorite stories is one she did with Ella Fitzgerald. Back in the day, black artists couldn't perform in nightclubs, and what she did, she loved Ella. So what she did was she went to that nightclub that Ella was supposed to perform at, and she said, look, if you headline her and let her perform, I will make it a purpose to be there every night that she's there. And I will, she went out of her way to go to that club and sit there and watch Ella perform, to get Ella to play. And from then on, black people were allowed to play at that club, to perform at that club, if you get a chance, look at the story. She loved it. And she used to go see the troops. She did a lot more than people give her credit for. Anyway, get a chance, do research, look her up, love her like I do. Rest well, Norma Jean. That was her name, Norma Jean Baker, otherwise known as Marilyn Monroe, otherwise known as my favorite. Have a good night, guys. Rest well, Marilyn. Norma Jean.